Unrighteous Sin, Sean Tiff. If you ain't subscribed to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Unrighteous Sin, Sean Tiff. Make sure you hit the like button. This part 2. Hit the like button though. It's me, Unrighteous Sin. I got a story to tell real quick. This is about a city called El Monte, California, in Southern California. And if y'all don't know where that's out there in that SGV, that big SGV, that San Gabriel Valley, over there by the 605 freeway and the 10 freeway, El Monte. So I left off at the Pizza Loca, right? When I was in El Monte growing up, on Saturdays, Pizza Loca used to knock on your door, and they were selling $5 pizzas. They were selling $5 pizzas. It was one time, and I remember this like this was yesterday. The delivery guy was walking through the apartments. This was when I was living on 3538 North Durfee Road, across the street from Voorhees Elementary. So in the apartments, a lot of gang members, a lot of El Monte Florists. I grew up with Jonathan. If y'all from El Monte or if y'all gang banging, y'all may know him as Lil Dillinger from El Monte Flores. His dad is Big Dillinger, Robert. His dad changed his life. I heard his dad is a pastor, and I heard Lil Dillinger got life because he killed somebody black. Yeah, that's crazy. But anyway, I was playing in the apartments. It was me, Jonathan, and it was his little brother. So we were just hanging outside in the apartments. And the pizza guy walked through the apartments, knocking on doors. And as he was walking by, he, I guess, Lil Dillinger, his little baby brother, could see Dillinger had like 6 brothers. He had a bunch of brothers, and it was like 3 of his brothers outside in the apartments with us, his little brothers. And the pizza guy was walking, and his little brother was like in the middle of the apartment, I guess playing with something, and the pizza guy just shoved him out the way. I guess he was in the way, so the pizza guy did something that was foul. Like kicked him, like how you just move your leg, like telling somebody to shoot. So he kicked him, and his little brother fell over like in the bush. And his other brother ran into the apartment and called his dad. Man, listen. His dad came out, Big Dillinger. And see, at that time, Big Dillinger from EMF, El Monte Flores, he was really nobody to play with. I heard he changed his life, and blessings to you. But at that time, he was about that life, that El Monte Flores life. Ain't tolerating no shit, ain't taking no shit. And he was on swole too. So I guess he was taking a shower, and his little brothers ran in there to go get him. And he came out with a towel around him, soaking wet, and just had some slippers on and a towel wrapped around, fresh out the shower. And his little brothers told him what just transpired. So he came out the apartment, and I guess the pizza guy was still knocking on doors, and he called him, and he said, "Hey Holmes, come here." And he was walking up to him, and they was both walking up to each other. Big Dillinger must have backhanded him and parked him. Like, you know how you park a car? But I'm talking about with a backhand. Slapped the shit out of him. The pizzas flew everywhere. He went all the way back into the wall. Like, I don't know what kind of hit that was, but Dillinger wasn't playing no games. And everybody in the apartment was like, damn. You know, that's what happened that one time with with the Pizza Loca, pizza guy. All right. Um, Another time, um, Dillinger, like I said, black people couldn't be in El Monte. You could be out there, but it was consequences. Um, El Monte Flores, they wasn't playing no games. They was really, how could I put it? Really pushing a hood. The El Monte Flores, they'll be in packs, mobbing through the city. You know, they got their Cortez on, Frisco Benz, that cool water. Like in groups, they wasn't playing. They was really pressing on shit. And a lot of black people got chased out of El Monte. Well, weak ones. But it was one time that a black gang member, I didn't really know too much about black gangs because I came straight from the country, Picayune, Mississippi, and landed in El Monte. So I never had a chance to be around Crips or Bloods and even know the lingo to it. And it was this lady that stayed in the apartments upstairs, a white woman named Julie. And I don't know, I think she was probably slanging. And if she wasn't, she sure was buying because this black gang member pulled up in there. And he was from Duroc, Duarte. And the black gang member from Duroc pulled up into the apartments and he had his music up. And I'll never forget, it was Lil Man, like he an OG from El Monte Flores, and it was Big Dillinger from El Monte Flores. They were standing outside, and so he pulled up. Big Dillinger walked up to the black gang member and was like, "Hey, SA, turn your music off. Turn it off. Like, where you think you at?" He told him like that. And I'm like probably like 15 feet away looking at this shit. And I'm like, ooh, it's about to go down. And all of a sudden, as I look, I see the black gang member go up under the seat and pulled out his pistol. And he was like, "What you say, cuz? What you say, cuz? This Duroc Crip." And all you seen was Big Dillinger, Lil Man. They took off running all the way to the back of the apartments where Sonya stayed at. And they hopped the thing. Now, when I say this is not to, as somebody was weak. Because one thing, Big Dillinger, they wasn't weak. They was being smart. They did what any gangster, anybody will do when somebody pull out a gun and you don't got a gun. So he pulled out a gun and damn near about to get out the car, and they just took off. So then he left. Now, they knew that he was coming to visit Julie, the white woman. Man, listen. When he pulled out that pistol, that gun, oh, it was hell after that. And I'm saying in my head, like, damn, you just made these essays, these cholos mad. Dillinger must have made a call. It must have been so many EMFs up in that apartment, and they was tripping on shit. They was tripping on shit. They already had something against black, and on top of that, yeah, they tripped on me. Because they knew that a black person came through and did something, and they couldn't get to that black person. So what they do? Take it out on me. But they didn't do nothing to me physically. They were so angry. So as I was in the apartments, like they was coming through, they was smashing. And as I was just right there, I remember, I forgot their name, but it was two EMFs. I guess they walked by, was like, watch out, Holmes, get the fuck out of here, you fucking mayate nigger, get the fuck out of here. And I remember somebody else from El Monte, Flores, that was like, hey, Holmes, hey, chill, leave him alone. Like, I never knew him. So he never recognized me. So all of a sudden, I end up being patient. And as I was being patient, they went up there and got on Julie. And when they got on Julie, anybody that came up out her house, oh yeah, you was getting it. And a white dude came to visit her, and he came out that night, and I'll never forget. Man, it was on him. And I remember one person, Big Munchie, chased him down. Big Munchie from EMF chased him down, and they must have whooped his motherfucking ass. They called some of their homegirls from El Monte, Flores. They went up there, knocked on her apartment. They dragged Julie out her apartment, and they whooped her ass. You had some of the EMF men stumping her out. Yeah. I'm gonna come with another video, but I'm just dropping little things. So what else? I knew a lot of the El Monte Floreses. I understand it's a lot of y'all new ones. I don't really give a fuck. Y'all don't like blacks. Hey, it's all cool. I still love Hispanics. Straight up. I don't give a fuck if you, hey, mayate nigger. Hey, I'm from El Monte. I grew up around it. But I had to leave and, and get around my people, but I'm talking about when I was growing up. So what happened was, Big Munchie chased that white dude and whooped his motherfucking ass. All right, let me move a little bit faster. It was somebody that I had so much love for, and he got killed from El Monte, Flores, named Mike. Big, that oh shit. How to pronounce his name? Deco, yeah. I can't, man, that's crazy. Mike, Big Deco, yeah, Big Deco. And one thing that's different about a lot of things is that I was around these El Monte Floreses, and other blacks couldn't be around what I was around. And I'll never forget when Big Deco got killed in 95. If you was there, if you from El Monte, Flores, and you know him, I was at his motherfucking car wash. I was the only black, and it must have been like 40 EMFs, 40 El Monte Floreses, and nobody did shit to me. I was there at the car wash. I was helping clean up cars. They respected me and didn't do shit, and I was right there. Could no other gang member just be over there like that. It was like 40 or 50 of them. And if you from El Monte, Flores, the day that Big Deco Treco got killed. I can't even pronounce his name, but Mike, you know who I'm talking about. They had his car wash right there on Peck and Ramona when they used to have, right now, they got the North Gate, but it used to be Lucky's. Lucky's used to be right there. And across the street, it was Tommy's. Yeah. And I was right there cleaning up the cars and stuff like that. So that's why I'm saying it was a love and hate thing. I got love. You know, uh, it's some EMFs that don't like it, but just because they don't like me or it's it's been a circumstance or situation, I'm never gonna use that and say, oh, forget all of them, because it's some real ones. It's some real EMFs that I came across, and they done got at me and told me straight up, like, hey, check this out. If any of my homies trip, mention my name. So shout out to him, and shout out to Big Moreno. Shout out to Termite. Rest in peace to Big Treco from Mike, Andy, Big Goofy. But another thing too, I told you that it was this bully, right? Named Manuel. Fat S like just used to want to be from EMF, but he wasn't. His big brother was, which was Moreno. And I never forget. So it was some blacks out there that I love them, that grew up with me, and they also stayed on Deanna. Philip, Michael, and Trevion. And there was somebody else, but I forgot his name. But yeah, we was out there. And Lil Michael, he's younger than me. Michael Taylor, he was nobody to play with. You know, I took a lot of shit because I wanted to keep it on the cool side, but I never forget, you know, and it was a fucked up situation because I had best friends that Hispanic that was on Deanna Street. You know, Daniel, Willie, and Nelly, and they had brothers, and I used to be there every single day. And Michael and Philip, they black. They came straight from LA. I came straight from Mississippi, so they pretty much from the city, so they, you know what's up. But at the same time, I'm older than Lil Michael, you know, so we all went to school together, you know, walked to school and all that. But I never forget Michael Taylor. I thought he was like, damn. It was this big old essay named Manuel that people were scared of him. Like, he was just big. Man, listen. One day, we was at the park, at Zamora Park, because I played soccer at Zamora Park. And I think we was over there like in the Penmore Apartments. But I used to just mob all through, thanks to Sonya. You know, being around Sonya, a lot of EMFs came over there, so they always recognized my face and they'll see me, all that. So I was straight. But Lil Michael, I never forget, he didn't tolerate no shit. Man, them essays, them EMFs would be like tripping. And first thing I see him do is take off. He always took off. Hit motherfuckers in their chin. And he was younger than me, like little. I'm like, damn. And I never forget, he fought with that big ass bully. And he was so big, all I seen was Michael just swinging at him, hitting him in the face. Kept going around the table because he didn't want Manuel to grab him. But I'm telling you, like, Lil Michael wasn't tolerating it. Like, all I seen was him always fighting with them essays out there. And if y'all from El Monte, you know Michael Taylor. Like, he was not playing with no shit. I don't know how he's doing this shit now, but back then, yeah, he was punching on shit. He wanted to smoke too. Like, he showed you what a mayate was. You called him that, like, he squabbled. He didn't give a fuck about his ass getting whooped or nothing. He was just wild. I watch him fight his older brother. I watch him, man, listen. Shout out to you, Mike, for real. Much love. I'm about to say the real, because I witnessed it. Man, you was really out there, like at a young age, 8 years old, fighting with 15-year-olds, 17-year-olds. Like, you just wasn't tolerating it. I never forget. I used to, when I was on Durfee, my mom would be at work, and I have the whole apartment damn near like in my house playing Super Nintendo. And I never forget, it was people that would be up in there playing the game, and they'll be saying something. I never forget, Michael threw the game down. was like, come outside. Let's go outside. Come on. And as soon as you had something, the first thing he did was just hit you in your chin, in your jaw. He was not playing no games, you know. So he was on down the street. But one thing that happened was that my best friends, like they both was my best friends, but they got into it. Like they got into it. Like my homie Daniel and Willie, which is brothers, and Philip and Michael, they brothers, and for some reason they just had some words and they just started squabbling. And me, I I'm cool with both. I just had to stand there. I didn't get involved in none of it because I'm cool with both, and I love both. And it was just a crazy situation on that. Okay, fast forward. Let me drop something else. Um, so I told you about it was only three gangs out there: El Monte Flores, uh, El Monte Hayes, and El Monte Hicks. Those were the three gangs out there. And man, it used to go down. Uh, they used to have car shows. I think it was in June over there off Valley. Man, them EMFs, they was tripping on shit. They was pulling motherfuckers out their cars. Man, listen, it used to go down. Shootings and all that. It used to go down. Um, what else? Uh, oh, so they had this clique, and I used to hang around them, and I used to wanna like I got influenced by. I thought it was straight. It was this one dude, and he was cool, a cool essay named Alex. If y'all from El Monte, y'all remember Alex, cause he stayed at the corner from me. Like he stayed at Durfee, and he started something what was called the Durfee Boys, and I remember it was Gordo, it was Alex, and it was some other people. But I just ride my bike and just hang around with them. And I remember Alex, like when I was in Madrid, he used to get all the women. All the women was on him. Like he had his Cortez. Like Alex was cool. He looked kind of white. I don't know where he's from now, but I remember like he started the Durfee Boys, you know, and he stayed at the corner of Durfee. I forgot what street that was. I know Ferris is on the other side, but it was something what was called the Durfee Boys in the '90s. So what else? I know I'm leaving out a lot. I'm gonna come with part three. Um, so they used to the EMFs, the El Monte Flores's, uh, they used to hang in the back where Sonya was at. Like, I love you, Sonya. Sonya, man, she had everybody, all the EMS. It was like a hangout spot. It used to be so much shit. Like, and I say this to say this, that I grew up around the racism. So when I hear them saying that they don't like blacks, it's just, I don't know. I done had real EMFs like tell me like straight up and be like how I showed them love and be like, hey Sean, man, you know what? I want to tell you something. I said, what? Um, I gotta tell you something. I said, what? Man, I don't like black people. But you know what? I like you. And I understood that. And I'll never forget. And I ain't about to say their names. And I watched him grow up, and he turned EMF. And I never forget. It was one time I was in the LA County Jail, and he first went to the county, and he seen me, and he young, and he not knowing, and we was in Wayside, and we went to the yard, and he was walking around like with his people, and he got EMF tatted up, and he seen me. He was like, Sean, what's up, what's up? And I'm basically in my head, I'm like, man, you in jail right now, and it's politics, so all this, I'll see you back, you know, like in the city, you know. And I know his brother too, and his brother from EMF. I ain't about to be putting all these names out like that, you know, but you know who it is. He like, Sean, what's up, what's up? And he just got excited to the point that he forgot that he got to run that Southside program. And I had to tell him like, bro, uh, hey, you gotta stick to your program. I don't want to get you in no kind of shit. He was like, oh yeah. Like, you right, but what's up? Like, you know, because I remember he was little, and I watched him grow. And as I watched him grow, he just became that. But you know, it was a love and hate. And I say this, I love Hispanics. You know, And when I got older, that's when I started, getting into it, with the EMFs. Because I left. I got taken away from my mom, and we're going to get into that. And I got into the system. So I left I think, at 13. And I didn't come back till I was 18. And when I came back to El Monte, man, that shit was different. I went over there to the Boys and Girls Club, and they used to hang over there, back there, like in the back of the Boys and Girls Club over there, like where that Food for Less is at, and they was tripping. Like, I didn't know people. All the ones that I did know from EMF, they gone, and they was tripping. Like, Mayate, nigger. Like, they was tripping. And I done got into some squabbles. Like, straight up. Them motherfuckers done got on me. Like, I got to keep it 100, especially right there on Ramona and Maxon at that 7-Eleven. Man, I remember one time we tore that 7-Eleven up. I got jumped up in there. I was, man, oh my Lord. They was tripping, and I had to, put a demo down. They got me. Oh yeah, they got me. But man, I got some too. Man, we squabbled that shit out. And after, I didn't really have no problems. Like, I had a few other altercations, but it was small. But other than that, I don't hold no grudges. And it's a lot of y'all essays, y'all got a problem with, not all y'all, but just some that, when you have an altercation with a black person or some shit, it's just fuck niggers, fuck mayates, instead of fuck him. I don't do that shit. I done had some serious shit. I done been in jail, got stabbed by a Southsider. And I don't, oh man, fuck Southsiders, fuck. I don't talk like that. I don't do that. I love Hispanics. I got 3 boys that are mixed, half Mexican. I love Hispanics, straight up. I do. I do. And I respect the politics when I go to jail, prison. I respect it. But all that racial shit, fuck all that. That shit ain't, that's bullshit. Love is love. And shout out to all the real essays that's on my page. You probably had some shit with some blacks, but you don't hold it against all blacks. Keep your head up and blessings to you. But I'm gonna do another video. I just wanted to give something brief. But yeah, it was going down up out there. The Valley Mall. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, man. Like, it was real out there. The El Monte Florists, they was deep. It's not the same right now. That shit's watered down. All the real ones, it's probably a few. All the real ones, dead, in jail, out the way. Don't get it twisted. It's still some out there, but them 90s, early 90s, when they was around, I'm talking about in big groups. They walking 15, so yeah. If they didn't recognize your face and you black, oh man, you got it. You got it. They showed you what that EMF was like. Believe it. And even with some of their enemies. I remember when they used to get into it with the Hicks and the Hayes, man, that shit was crazy than a motherfucker. But man, shout out to that big El Monte though. I got some more stories to talk about, but man, shout out to it. I grew up in it. I made it up out. Shout out to Sonia. Shout out to Francine, Emily, Frankie, Debbie, Joey, Anthony, Jesse, Martine, who else? Crystal. Oh man. Cause we used to all just hang out and just be in apartments, eating hot Cheetos all in the group, just chilling. And I fell in love with that arcade, with that Street Fighter at that Carter's Market. But yeah, man, I got my hustle skills from that El Monte though. I was put in a situation, and that's how I learned how to hustle. Like knocking on everybody's doors, taking out the people's trash cans, getting like damn near $60, $70. 9 years old, that's a lot of money. $1 here, $2 here, that shit was adding up, man. And after that, I ran with it. But man, all this racial shit need to stop, man. Straight up. Straight up. It's some real EMFs, man, that I came across. I'm talking about tatted up with it, and they was just cool, man. And I just don't understand this racial shit. I just don't. But you know, that's how it goes from the upper top, from the pen. But the ones that got love for blacks, man, shout out to you. Blessings to you. But yeah, y'all have a wonderful day, and I'm gonna come with another one. I'm Unrighteous Sin, Sean Tiff. If you ain't subscribed to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Unrighteous Sin, Sean Tiff, and hit that like button. Hit the like button. Just push the like button. For real though.